Hey guys, what are we doing for 2020? It's just around the corner, man. We got some massive projects on board. We got all sorts of exciting things. Stay tuned. Let's talk about them. All right, guys. Well, before we jump on into 2020, maybe it's time we do a quick little review of 2019. We only started this little idea about, 8 months ago? And on Halloween night, we passed 1,000. We're sitting here almost at the end of the year, and we're well over 1,300 already. You guys are crazy. The fact that you're bringing me into your lives really, really touches my heart. Sorry about my voice. The whole family's sick. We got a daughter in daycare, and she brings home a new flavor of plague every single week. So it is what it is. But quickly, let's look at 2019 and what's happened in the Mad Aquarist, in the BIGGS life and stuff like that. So 2019, the farm's continuing. It's growing all the time. My wife's just insane with her chickens. I never have any concept how many chickens are going to be on the farm at any given day. They're in every one of the buildings. We'll look at that stuff down the road. You know, my love affair with birds. But we also brought home Bella, and then we also got Chewy later on in the year that you guys saw, our two beautiful Scottish Highlands. They're absolutely amazing animals to work with. We also got this year, about 3 months back, you guys haven't seen her, but we got a brand new puppy. We adopted a beautiful, beautiful little puppy. She is an American bulldog. Her name is Leia. She's absolutely an amazing animal. She's absolutely a pleasure. She has the same energy levels and everything as Jedi. So finally we have something that can keep up with that maniac beast of ours and maybe run her through the yard a little bit. And they're just wild. But she's a wonderful, wonderful addition for us. This past year I got out there and I got to see so many of you guys. I'm so blessed. I got to be invited to so many different aquarium societies. I got a bunch in Canada. I got a bunch in the States. We got to a bunch of shows. I got going to a tour of Florida and got a whole pile of really, really cool opportunities to bring you guys content. You saw the stuff from Florida, all those different adventures. Got to Rusty Wessel's house and did a bunch of stuff there. I got so much content coming for you guys and all that other stuff. I just am always going to be mixing it up. So like Rusty's place alone, I probably got 4 or 5 videos in the pipe still ready for you guys. And I'm just going to bring them out slowly. You don't get them all at once. Biggs gets to tell you when you get them. I like to keep it all fresh and change and different. You like a real cool fish video, and all of a sudden there's a video about a plant. And you're going, what the hell, Biggs? What are we talking about a plant for? And then there's a snake and a lizard and isopods and whatever, and then shrimp and then weeds in our yard, and we don't even know where he's going. Biggs is all over the place. He's a madman. That's why you're here. You want to listen to the madman. Got back to going seeing our buddies down at Reef to Riff this year. Spoke at that store again. Really, really kick-ass store. Awesome, awesome people. But I got to do 3 big shows this year. I think it was 3 big shows this year. I might be wrong. Apologize if I'm missing anybody. Biggs has been sick. The whole family's been sick, so maybe I'm forgetting 1 or 2. And it's definitely not intended to be a slight on anybody. But I don't know, it was actually the end of last year. We got down and see the great folks at the Milwaukee Aquarium Society was invited to speak at their fishbowl event. They didn't know Biggs. None of them had seen Biggs. He was a total wild card, and we had an absolute blast. And I'm willing to go back and see those cool peeps in Milwaukee almost anytime they want. Keystone Clash, 3 years in a row, baby. We did it again. Biggs was there. They have their 4th one or 5th one coming up this year, and don't know. Maybe Biggs is going to be there. Maybe it's a secret. Maybe it's a surprise. We don't even know what's happening. But the big show this year for me was being invited to be the speaker, one of the speakers for the OCA, Ohio Cichlid Association Extravaganza. I got to go and see the great guys over at Ohio Fish Rescue, Josh, Tracy, and Big Rich. Got to spend a day or 2 with them. We did all sorts of crazy stuff. Some of it you've seen, some you haven't. I'm holding it back. I got to see my good friend Jonathan Straczynski, and you've seen some of the stuff from there. There's more coming. And then OCA, it was absolutely over the top. Legendary speakers as every year. This was their huge 25th anniversary, and I was absolutely honored to be a part of it. The only problem being is that show was so crazy, and I had so many things going on. I didn't accomplish even 1/3 of the amount of stuff that I wanted to get for you guys. So guess we got to go back. Got to go back to Ohio and do some more stuff there. Don't really know, but whatever. We're still having lots of fun doing it what we do. Now the problem being is Biggs is actually now a sales territory sales manager guy for a pet and vet supply company up here in Canada, and he has a fairly large territory. So Biggs travels all the time. He's doing it all the time. I know I'm talking about myself in the third person. Sometimes I do that. I don't know really why, but you guys just know me. I'm a madman, so that's what it's going to be. But because I travel so much for my job, I don't really get the opportunity to go out and see as many clubs as I really would love to. And it's not that I don't want to. I've got clubs that are sitting on a 3-year waiting list right now, and I'm trying to fit them in when I can fit them in. Every year I want to try and get out and see somebody new. But the big problem for Biggs is that every time he goes anywhere and he has a great time, he's always willing to come back. So that seems to happen a lot. That is what it is. But whatever, we're still having fun. We're going to keep going. But YouTube, man, YouTube, you guys, this is something that is so entirely foreign to me. You know, this was something so new. Rachel and Austin, all you guys at the beginning there were just encouraging me to do this thing for you guys. I really had no idea what I was getting into, and even still, I don't know what I'm getting into. So before we go more and more into the YouTube thing, first thing I got to do is I got to give you guys, all my viewers, all my subscribers, each and every single one of you, I owe you guys an apology. You might not know why. Some of you might already, because I probably sent you a message or I posted it in the comments. But Biggs, I try to pride myself in being able to do everything that I can to the level that I've set myself at. Can I get better? Yeah, Biggs can get a lot better. He's learning. The technology is always going to be a challenge for him. But I found 2 days ago, I found an entire section on my laptop under the YouTube, under my channel, of comments that got missed or ignored or not replied to. And some were flagged as spam, and some were flagged for review. I don't know who, review by me or review by YouTube. I don't know. But I found all these comments, and I was like, what is all this stuff? What's this going back? It went back like really to the first video. So we're talking 8 months ago. So I sat down yesterday and I just diligently went through it one at a time, and I answered every single comment. Biggs views it honestly that if you guys are willing to spend the time to engage and watch my videos and you're getting something out of it, I hope you are. Thank you. If you guys are willing to give me a thumbs up or a comment or ask a question, you deserve an answer as well. So that's where Biggs, that's what's my goal is to be able to make sure that I'm on top of that stuff all the time. As I say, I'm learning. But again, my apologies for anyone. It was definitely not a slight. Biggs is on top of it now. So YouTube, I've been meeting so many cool people through YouTube that I would never normally ever have met just by going to aquarium shows and clubs and stuff like that. I know I met the very beginnings. I met a lot of them that brought me to YouTube, but just through YouTube alone, I'm starting to do all sorts of different stuff and having different relationships with people online and stuff like that. And I'm learning again, and I'm feeding off it, and I absolutely love it. It's just making me hunger for more and more and more. So what are we going to do next year, Biggs? That's what everyone's waiting on. 2020's coming up. It's just around the corner. Let's get ready for it. Let's get my hat on. We're almost there, Biggs. Almost there. 2020's coming. And what has Biggs got? Well, all the normal stuff that we got going, all the normal stuff you guys are used to and expecting, all the regular shenanigans and the adventures and the fish and the species spotlights and that sort of stuff. All the Aquatic Masters series and the Into the Madness rants and stuff, that's all still going to go on. So if you like that, that's awesome. If you don't like it, well, maybe send me a comment. Say, hey, Biggs, that's stupid. Stop doing it. Maybe I'll listen, maybe I won't. But we got some massive builds and projects and plan, and they're not all, excuse me, guys, they're not all going to be happening right away. They might not all happen in 2012, but or 2020. But they are the things that we're starting to plan and forecast for. Now, this wall I'm sitting on, this is a portion of my basement. You guys think it is the blue wall, but it's actually a giant. I'm sitting on a couch. To my right is a giant area. My youngest daughter's her kitchen place set and all that sort of stuff there. But this space is a 12-foot by 6-foot space that was designed and built when we built the entire basement for one specific purpose. And buying this house, unbeknownst probably to my wife, I actually looked at the door entrance, how the door entrance affected getting into the basement, how the pitch of the basement, the height of the basement, getting stuff down the basement floor, all for one purpose and one purpose only, the next big tank. So this spot here is going to be having a 12-foot by 4-foot, 5-foot, 6-foot wide. I don't know. It's going to have a nice big monster bin tank here. It's going to be a hell of a lot bigger than the last one. The last one was 20-some years old. It was a 750-gallon tank. I'll throw a quick picture up for you guys, probably here. And you guys will know what I'm talking about. You've probably seen me talk about it before. But this one's going to be really cool. It's going to probably be planned to be a Mexican sort of biotopish rheophilic fast water stream tank for big Central American cichlids and some live bears. And maybe I'll even plant it, doing some nice LED spotlights or something like that. I think it'd just be a kind of a cool project. And of course, for you guys, we're going to document it, everything from the drawing phase, the planning phase, right through to completion and stocking. It'll be something that'll reoccur over the years. That's one massive project. The other big build that we've got, it's all sitting here in the wings over here in the left, and I've been amassing supplies for it for months. And it's been a hell of a challenge to get all this stuff up here in Canada. But we're going to be doing a very, very large vivarium build. And it's going to be orchids and ferns and a whole living thing, a whole living ecosystem. And it's been trying to acquire all the stuff, but it's almost all there, and it's almost time we can start doing it. Wintertime's the time when Biggs can start doing these types of projects, because the farm gets put to bed, and it's just winter. It's just sustain everything, keep everything going, and then we can kind of work on the projects in the house. Other projects I got going, I got some ideas that we want to do a tank, a nice big converted mud tank, a heavy planted mud tank and stuff. I got a good friend, Kyle, wants to come in, and we're going to do this project together. He's going to kind of be the lead. I'm going to be the Padawan learner, so to speak, on that one. But it's not just like throwing a couple of shovelfuls of mud in your tank from the garden. This is going to be pretty serious, because the stuff this guy's got me going around finding and searching and buying, I could go and just buy a bag of Tropica mud and throw it in my tank. It's good to go. But no, I got to get all the fancy stuff. So it's going to be pretty cool, and I'm pretty stoked. I got a bunch of pumice stones I found at the garden center. So Biggs is going to maybe take his hand at trying one of those sweet Avatar-style tanks. I think that'll be kind of cool. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. The isopods, well, they're multiplying like crazy. Not only the ones that we got, but the different types of species that are coming. Those people down, Cheyenne, Ivan, and their son Finn, those are some absolutely amazing people, and I really can't say enough positive things about them. They're absolutely just truly wonderful people. They've been so helpful with me in getting into this, something that's just so new and foreign, and they're my pusher, they're my dealer. So we're doing that, and we're loving the isopods. It's something cool. Hope you guys are enjoying that, because it's kind of like keeping shrimp. It's something a little bit different. They're land shrimp, right? So that's all. That sort of stuff is all ready to go. We'll see where that's going to take us. Now, if that's not crazy enough, I got all sorts of things happening for the next year that Biggs is going back on the road. I can't not go back on the road. That's what we do, right? So this February, I'm going to be back in Florida. I'm going to go see the Pasco Aquarium Club. Sounds like a swim club. It doesn't sound like a fish club, guys. You might want to check that out. But that's Jose and Grant. If you guys are like a swim club that gets together at 4 a.m, maybe Biggs ain't up for that. I don't know. But it's Florida. We're going to have some fun. I'm going to go and see Sandy Moore over at Seagrass. We were talking the other day, and we're going to have all sorts of crazy things we've got planned behind the scenes and shenanigans and interviews. And we drive and see some different things and stuff. So she's totally on board. She's taken literally several days off in her week to be able to cart Biggs around and do stuff. So absolutely love Sandy. She's an awesome, amazing, amazing woman. What else? After that, that's February. So March, we're going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina for their Carolina Aquarium Workshop. They got some really, really good lineup of speakers there. They got wild collecting. That's an area I haven't been in years. They got some really cool venomous snakes there. If we're going to go collecting fish, maybe Biggs might just kind of make it out into the bush and the scrub a little bit and find something else a little bit more dangerous. Don't know. Hopefully we'll see what happens there. April, I've been given the distinguished honor. I've been invited to speak in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, by Jessica, the lovely lady that does so well with all of those beautiful dwarf cichlids. And they're bringing me down to speak at their annual big dinner event. Going to be doing 2 talks there. So hopefully we're going to bring all sorts of people from all over Eastern Canada and maybe the northern states there and northeastern states to come up and see Biggs rant on and on again about his madness. After that, we're looking at, usually it's May long weekend. That's when spring's kind of in full bore here. That's when the farm ramps up. Biggs kind of goes, I kind of take myself off the road. May long weekend, kids get out of school end of June, August, kids go back to school in September, and then BIGGS can start back again because there's just so much work to do at home. But because this waiting list of amount of clubs that keep asking me to come out, I really want to get out and see people. And one club that's been very, very patient with me has been the Portland Aquarium Society, and it's the area of North America I've not been to. And I really wanted to make a way to accommodate to see them. So I'm going to be heading out there and seeing them in June. And then I'm off July. I don't know what's in July. I got something in July. August, September. September, we got some sneaky stuff that might be in the works right now. We're not sure. We're just going to keep that on the back burner. And then the one thing that happened to me in 2019 that was a gut kick, was showing up at the airport, all my bags packed to go on my trip to Africa, and one leg of the flight derailed the whole thing, and the whole thing had to be canceled. And BIGGS is going back to Africa, and I'm looking at going probably mid to end of October, beginning of November. So I've left those 2 months, that entire block, wide open until I can get that locked down. So if you guys got a club that wants to have BIGGS out in either October or November, it might be a possibility once he gets that locked in. So we can talk about that down the road. The time's gone. And we're at December, and then we're already into 2021. But what other things do we got to work on? BIGGS has got to learn how to do things like Instagram, or as he's been calling it all along to his kids and his wife, Instantgram, and they all just think that's super funny because Dad is so dumb, but Dad doesn't know how to do stuff. I can post a picture, but all the tagging and all that sort of stuff, I really don't know how to do any of that stuff. I'm not all that bright. I'm just the eye candy for it, eh? But I also would like to get out there and maybe on the African trip, or maybe a different time. I really want to get out and see those good friends that I've made out in Germany. Daniel Kahn-Vetterlein, Andreas Tanke, Hans-Georg Evers, Ingo Seidel and his lovely wife Beata. There's so many cool people out there. Maybe I'd like to get to the UK. I've made a lot of friends online there. My brother Paul, he actually moved, excuse me, he actually moved this year. And, a lot of people moved, but he didn't move from like Winnipeg to like just outside of Winnipeg or across town. He moved to Bogota, Colombia. So I haven't seen my brother in almost a year, and I'd like to find a way to get out there. That'd be a cool place to do all sorts of cool content. Take all sorts of weird plants and jungle treks and animals. Fish is fish. Sure, there's fish there, but like everything else, it just looks so cool. So we'll see what happens there. Doesn't matter. The Mad Aquarist, he's going to be having fun each and every day. I look forward to bringing you guys my adventures, my shenanigans. I'm having an absolute blast doing it. I'm loving every comment, every thumbs up, every like, everything that you guys give back. I feed off of, and I want to give you more. Let me know what you guys want to see. Maybe it's something I'm completely overlooking. I don't even know. But with that, I want to wish each and every one of you guys an absolutely wonderful and prosperous 2020. Happy New Year's, everyone. BIGGS loves you. Thank you for watching. Cheers.